filled the streets demanding the resignation of President Pinochet, the first killings of the present crisis took place, carried out in all probability by government agents. From now on, the way the crowds behave will determine the outcome of the whole affair. The more disciplined they are, the better their chances of getting rid of the president. He went on television last night to say that everything was under control, though his best chance of regaining the backing of his wavering supporters is if there's serious trouble in the streets. The uniform he wore was a message in itself. It told people he was still in charge.
You saw him yesterday, military uniform, not more civilian clothes, the pearl in the necktie, not more. He is back to the old days. Let me think with some optimism for Chile, and let me think that probably in the next days, following the shock of the election result that was for him, he may change.
But change wouldn't be easy. It'd mean negotiating with the opposition to move out of politics himself and reduce the military's involvement in every aspect of Chile's public life. The army, with its Prussian tradition of obedience, is 100% loyal to him. But some of the top figures in the junta have been having their doubts. Air Force General Mattei and General Stange, in charge of the police, both criticized the choice of Pinochet as the candidate for the presidency and might now put pressure on him to make concessions to the opposition.
If he's willing to give up power, maybe he's going to abide to this long negotiation and give some concessions. If not, we can have a very difficult situation because he will maintain himself in power and without negotiation, sticking to the present constitution, and in that sense obliging the opposition to take further harsher steps.
In other words, fiercer demonstrations and more disorder, though the danger of that is that the president's military critics might stop urging him to make concessions and unite behind him. So, as yet another demonstration gets underway, President Pinochet's best chance of keeping things the way he'd prefer them is for the demonstrators to get out of hand. If they don't, then he'll have to negotiate, and the post-Pinochet era will have begun. This is John Simpson for the 9 o'clock news in Santiago.
But is spending over £1 million selling the election to reluctant black voters. Past turnouts have been well below 10%. Widespread hostility to councillors, often branded collaborators in apartheid, has to be overcome. So this time, black families watching television are allowed to hear only one side in the debate to vote or not to vote.
Some people say councillors do nothing for us. Well, they're wrong. Our elected councillors can make it happen for us.
Elected?
Mm-hmm.
Some people say they're powerless.
Not if we elect councillors of our choice who will run our town our way.
The squirrels, called Nut and Butt, hint at the government's real ambition for the councillors.
Also, they can represent us higher up.
Higher up?
Yes, soon they will elect our representatives to the negotiating forum.
The negotiating forum is President Berta's cherished but so far stillborn idea for a national council allowing the black majority a strictly limited say in political reform. Most credible black leaders refuse to join, even relative conservatives like Zulu chief Buthelezi. But if black town councillors could be involved instead, supported by respectable turnouts in the elections, President Berta would claim broad black acceptance of his plans. The police say they're fighting intimidation of those who want to vote. They admit detaining over 100 people in recent weeks. Anti-apartheid organisations say many hundreds have disappeared. Most will probably be set free only when the elections are over and they can play no further part. This is James Robbins for the 9 o'clock news in Soweto.
The British